As you know, today we're talking about attraction, relationships, and this how much that matters and the role that it plays.
At some point in time, that physical attraction is going to fade because I want to have that aura of I want this person to be happy waking up to me. And that's what every guy wants. Ever leave some people, get laid back in the process, they get married, they stop gymming, they stop working out, they stop doing the things that they were doing to get the attention of that guy, right? But the fact about the matter, as I said, it might not particularly be the major factor that makes you end up with the person. I've been in situations whereby this particular person, would approach, but it's not necessarily what I would look out for. But however, what I usually do is I would always give that evidence of doubt in the sense that I want to understand whether we can actually get along, right?
Thank you, Okechukwu, for being here today. And for the audience, for those that are watching and listening, would you like to introduce yourself?
Okay, so my name is Okechukwu and tax consultant. No special consultant beyond that. Yeah, I do dabble in the voice and in the voice industry, trying to just talk about anything that specifically interests me. I'm an Arsenal fan, and yeah, I'm as laid back as they can get. That's the simplest summary of who I am.
You're also a relationship expert, right?
I would say an expert, but there are a lot of things that go around me for me to know when to stay and when to, flee.
I like that. That's to stay, that's to sleep.
Yeah.
So, as you know, today we're talking about attraction, relationships, and this how much that matters and the role that it plays. Now, I've heard different views on that. I've heard
Yeah.
that men are visual beings and they always go for what they see first before taking their time to get to know the person and like everything else kind of second to what they see. That's what I've heard. And
Yeah.
then I also heard some people say that sometimes women they tend to probably be more emotional about it and they're not necessarily always like what we see first. I can tell you that from my own point of view, like personally, I'm definitely not someone that goes for looks first. Like looks it's not to say that I don't have anything that I find attractive. But for me, I can see someone and be like, well, this is a good looking person. God bless you. But I'm not thinking of, oh, this is a good looking person. I would like to be in a relationship with this person. I'm thinking
Yeah.
about being in a relationship with someone, the other things that I'm looking. But I do want to hear your point of view on this in terms of them being visual beings.
So as you said, men are visual, and the interesting thing about it is that if you notice, a man would see something that they like and go for it because naturally we are by instinct we are hunters. So anything we see that we sort of find appealing or we want, we go for it. So we want to hunt everything that sort of takes an interest to us. We're built to be hunters. But a woman, on the other hand, is not necessarily, it's not always the visual. Yes, I feel they are more of the let me, tell me the soft words, let me hear everything coming into my ears, and all that. Or let me, rather than talking that talk, let me see you do that action, like, buy me this, treat me, make me comfortable, make me feel secure, make me feel like you can provide, make me feel like you're a man. So particularly it's true. That's why if you notice, you would basically see women also, I won't say settling because that's the wrong word, but going for people that may not be visually appealing to some other, ladies. You see that yes, they love looking at the six packs, but they don't necessarily settle with the six packs. Do you get what I'm saying? So men, on the other hand, we want to chase what we can, vouch as our trophy. That okay, is we have the best of the lot. Then if a guy is not doing that, as I said, I'm no expert here, but it's maybe as a result of the fact that they can't particularly get that trophy that they are looking. It's not every single time because there are other things into attraction. But I'm just saying that men are usually hunters, so they hunt what they like, they hunt what they want. But women can more or less settle as long as it is a more comfy situation. Can you provide for me? Can you make me feel love? Can you show me love? Can you show me compassion as a woman's instinct, because you guys are nurturers. You guys want to build or breed love into this world. Basically, that's the summary of what I would say. That's my own opinion anyways. But yes, that's so naturally men are more visual than a woman in the natural sense. And that's why sometimes in a situation where a woman is going out of her way to visually, it's more of an issue than. Anyways, we'll get there. But that's, as I said, that's just my own opinion anyways.
Well, my advice to men is that, no, seriously, I always say this. If I were a man, I would never make mistakes in relationships and marriage, just because I understand how women are. And I feel like being visual is fine.
Yeah.
If what you are attracted to and the looks of the person is the foundation of your relationship, it may be a very shaky foundation.
Yeah.
Because looks, first of all, let's even start from the fact that what you're attracted to is very much a mental thing. What I mean by that is, if you ask someone, what do you find attractive? What do you think is beautiful? Or what do you think is something you think is a beautiful physical trait? You most of the time find out, this is what I think, that sometime in some way, at some point, that was kind of a messaging that person received. For example, I hear guys say, oh, I like a light-skinned woman. I don't think that man was born believing that light-skinned women are more beautiful than dark women. That's just the point I'm trying to make. I think at some point that was something that they started to believe, either because of what they watched on TV, because of what their friends were saying, or something. And then, the mind is very powerful. When you start believing something, your mind now starts controlling your actions, and you find yourself being attracted to a light-skinned woman. But in reality, if you really ask yourself, but what about this person am I really finding attractive? Like this light-skinnedness I'm talking about, like what's a special, what's a big deal? Not to say that light-skinned women are ugly. They are beautiful, like that's but bottom line is you're attaching too much importance to things that are not even maybe our real opinion, but we somehow inherited at some point, and they became what we think is the actual truth. That's one. Second point is, I think when you allow yourself to get to know people, not to say that if the attraction is not there, you should force yourself. No, but allow yourself to get to know who someone is. You might just be surprised that in the process of falling in love with someone's person, the person will end up looking like the most beautiful person in the world to you. But if all you go for is, I want a figure eight, ideally a size 6, I want this particular height, I want this particular complexion, you may not find the personality traits that would be good for you in that particular picture of beauty you have created. Not to say that you absolutely will not find. Some people may find. Some people will find the exact beauty person or beautiful person that they think, okay, this person is exactly what they find beautiful, and it now so happens that that person is also the kind of person, personality-wise, that they like. But I don't know that it's always like that. So I always wonder, like, why limit yourself? Why limit yourself to perception, to things you have somehow created in your mind that may not even exist? Why not allow yourself to be open? That's my own point of view. And I granted that point of view as well.
Okay, so naturally, as I said, we're visual guys, right? We're visual beings. So I'm not saying that it's the most important factor, because as we all know, at the end of the day, a man necessarily doesn't really care whether a woman has money, doesn't really care whether the woman, doesn't really care about a lot of stuff. It's just more of, can this woman make a home for me? Can this woman be a good mother for my child? So those usually are the two things that maybe a man would be thinking when you are going to the next step, right? Because as I said, we don't particularly care whether this person has money or doesn't have money. It's not really a battle of, or like women that could be thinking about, I want this guy to, be bagging the $100K or $250K a year or $500K a year kind of situation. I need this person to be a provider. I need this person to be a protector. I need this person to. There are a lot of qualifications that a woman can have. But I'm just saying that, I'm not saying that the physical attraction is the major thing. But the question is, what gets my interest at the beginning? It's, how good does this person look? It makes me want to talk to this individual, right? And, as I said, we're naturally hunters. So in a situation whereby we see what we like, so we decide that, okay, you know what, we want to get to know, we want to conquer, depending on which side of the coin that person is playing at. We want to get to know who this individual is. Then we can now start looking at the various aspects beyond physical attractions, because as as you are talking to a girl, trying to understand her makeup, whether or not, yes, so the environment has sort of programmed me to say I want a fair looking lady, right? Or I want, so if I let me even just, like now, for example, everyone knows my mom is very light skinned, right? So in a situation whereby I'm going for someone that is light skinned, someone most likely would think it's because of the fact that my mom is light skinned, right? I would be more or less saying the environment has programmed me to like those kind of individuals. Will I end up with, a light skinned individual? I do not know, because at the end of the day, it now always varies on the fact that when I'm talking to this person, we connect, we have some sort of connection beyond the physical. Because there's this stuff called, as I said, if you now go back into the whole I'm intimate with this person, at some point in time, that physical attraction is going to fade. They call it, sometimes some people will term it the post-nut syndrome, in the sense that I have done this, but now I don't see. I'm not sure. I'm certain this is the person I want to stay with, because it's clear your eyes are now open, in the sense that, okay, am I really sure this is the person? Am I really, why do I really want to venture on? As I said, naturally, a reasonable, logical thinking man, after seeing what he likes and trying to get to know that individual, right? He's already doing his assessment. Do I have a peace of mind? Do I have, as I said, do I feel peace with this person? Does this person make me feel happy? Does this just come natural? When we argue, do I feel better as a person? Are we having constructive arguments? Are we, is she doing things that are making me feel better as a human being, or is she making me feel worse as a human being? So you can imagine, maybe you're in a relationship with a girl. This girl, everybody wants this girl, right? But during your relationship, this particular girl keeps nagging about how, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. You already, so there are either two things you can actually do from those remarks. It's either one, you step up, or you step out, right?
No,
No, I'm serious. It's either you step up or you step out, because you need to actually assess whether that is what you really want. Because the question is, are those things important? So as I said, you have the physical attraction that is the initial, I want to talk to this lady, right? Then afterwards, you start assessing whether this, the risk and reward of this physical attraction is worth it. Because I'm not going to be in a relationship with someone because of the fact that everybody wants her, or because of the fact that she looks like a Beyonce, and I'm not at peace, right? Because there's a, like, no matter how everybody has sort of corrupted the idea of a relationship, even though there's nothing like relationship in the Bible, to be, if I'm being more religious now. The fact about the matter is, you are sort of getting to know someone with the aim of marriage at the end of the day. So when that initial attraction comes, you are not assessing whether this person is who you want to end up with, right? So as I said, so it's just like the initial elevator pitch. You've gotten my attention. I want to now know what you're all about, right?
yeah.
So that's what sells, and that's, if you notice, and that's the reason why for me to get your attention, maybe like in any sort of advert or something, I need to make it as appealing as possible, so I can make you think you want to buy my product, right? No, it's true. It's true. Let's just be more practical here. So when I see a girl that is very attractive, and I said, hey, how you doing? Right? And we get to chatting and we're talking. That's if we successfully pass the, oh, sorry, I have a boyfriend, or I don't have a boyfriend situation, right? When we actually now pass that, line, then that's where we now start talking about, okay, other things. But sometimes the physical attraction sometimes is also because you also want to wake up to someone and just be like, oh, this is my wife, right?
Oh my
I'm
goodness.
serious. I'm serious. Like you want to be. It's just like how maybe I go to the gym, yeah, and I want it to be like, maybe I wake up and the person is looking at me and they're like, yes, this is my husband, this is my boyfriend, right? Because I want to have that aura of, I want this person to be happy waking up to me. And that's what every guy wants. Ever leave some people, get laid back in the process, they get married, they stop gymming, they stop working out, they stop doing the things that they were doing to get the attention of that guy, right? But the fact about the matter is, as I said, it might not particularly be the major factor that makes you end up with the person, but it's one of the factors that keeps you interested, that keeps you thinking, should I not, should I not, that kind of situation, right? Because the more attractive the person, the more you wake up, you be like, let me just make an excuse for this individual, let me make an excuse for this individual, let me make an excuse for this individual, right? But it's not the most important factor, because if it was, everybody would be, all the attractive people will be marrying themselves. You get what I'm saying? Because it's true. Because everyone knows that there's this stuff I always tell some of my guys, and in case they get to see this, they will know. There's this stuff called universal beauty.
What's
And
that?
there's this na you beauty, in the sense that I find you attractive, but that person doesn't find me attractive. You get. So what I'm just trying to say is that, it's something that just makes you say, okay, you know what? I'm waking up. This girl is beautiful. Okay, let me make an excuse for her. But let me still assess the situation. But however, as I said, it's still a risk assessment situation as you are, playing along the relationship. And that's why you've noticed, you see some situations whereby you see one really, 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 really fine lady. She's dating this very, very handsome, successful man. And at the end of the day, the handsome, successful man ends up marrying a very ugly woman. You get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying that it's not the and the reason, and that's where that na me na you beauty kind of situation, because at the end of the day, there's all, they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So just because this person doesn't find me this thing, another person is finding me, very attractive. Someone feels like I'm their world. That is how, life is. Another man's meat is another man's poison. There are every parable to this kind of things, yeah. But it's not the critical factor to deciding that I want to marry this person. It's just I can make an excuse small. Let me give this person small leeway. This person has caught my attention. Like literally, you've caught my attention. But it's not because this person is attractive, I'll marry you. It was like that. Everybody, if I don't marry all the attractive women, finish now. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's a very, very key factor to keeping people interested. It's a very, very, very big factor to saying I want to make an excuse for this person. But it's not the major factor in saying I want to spend my life with this person. Two different things.
Interesting. So let me ask you, because you said something that
From my point of view,
no,
disclaimer.
I actually want to ask a question based on your point of view. So you said what makes you approach a woman is that you just caught your attention, that looks
Yeah.
have caught you. And after approaching her, then you then get to know her, know if you can have something to do with her. So what about you're in a place, let's say at your place of work, and there's a colleague of yours that approaches you or gives you the green light, and she doesn't necessarily look like just the kind of woman. She maybe she doesn't fall within what you would consider attractive. Would you go ahead and still get to know this person, even though you didn't approach her first? She either approached you or gave you the green light, any one of the ones she chose. Or would you say, I'm not even going to try because for me, she doesn't look beautiful, or she's not my type of woman?
Okay, so interestingly enough, as I said, I've been, or will I say, I've experienced a situation where people around me find someone attractive. I don't, right? And I've been in a situation where I've been in situations whereby this particular person, would approach, but is not necessarily what I would look out for. But however, what I usually do is I would always give that evidence of doubt, in the sense that I want to understand whether we can actually get along, right? And if we have similarities in terms of, okay, we enjoy doing the same things, or we find similar jokes, so that's where physical attraction may not necessarily be number one priority, if you get what I'm saying. So I have been in situations where I would have spoken to people or indulged in those side of interactions as a result of the fact that there's just so much going on, the connection is so unreal that it's almost like I'm going to give it a chance. So yes, I would necessarily, as I said, I'm speaking from my point of view, right? That I would give someone a chance if everything just seems right, in the sense that we like the same things, we like, we laugh at the same things, we have the same culture, we have the same upbringing, it just makes things natural. So it would almost be like it is second nature. But however, as I say, however, is that it doesn't necessarily mean that I would give that person a listening ear, but it has to be a situation whereby I feel like I can leave. Because physical attraction, as I said, this is someone that you're gonna be, vulnerable with. You want it to be like, what, if you guys are in the same room, action can take place and
Oh
you're
my goodness.
confident. It's true. It's the truth. It's the truth. You want it to be like you're in the situation whereby you know that when action and you are like, okay, you know what, everything clicks, and regardless, we are still like I still find everything at least on that, even in terms of look, satisfactory. I don't know if you get what I'm saying, because as I said, it's not everybody that you would be attracted to begin with naturally. So whether or not this person is giving you the attention or not, the question is, what is the goal? If the goal is, as I said, everybody has two goals. It's either I'm going to the ultimate or I'm just going to the side attractions, right? So if it's the ultimate goal, the question is, can I wake up to this person every single day? But if I can't, then I don't think it's something I want to indulge in, because I've actually been in situations where people try. I don't give them the sense of time because of the fact that I feel to just be me wasting their time, and I'm not the kind of person that wastes people's time, and that's
Interesting.
just me. As I
Interesting.
said, me.
I mean, you're being honest, and yeah, like I kind of agree with what you said about like the wasting time part, especially if it's a situation where you don't think that anything that can go further with the person. I just always think as long as people are open-minded, and I again, that's my point of view,
Yeah,
because I've seen so many people that are so rigid when it comes to
yeah,
this thing, this
yeah,
want a
yeah,
person this or this, and I just feel like I feel like they're killing themselves with their life because you honestly do not know what you would miss out on sometimes if you
yeah,
only restrict yourself to people that look a certain way. And
yeah,
beauty looks different. Like beauty is different things to different people. So beauty is not even it's so like you said, it's a universal thing. It's a matter of opinion. It's a matter of your opinion can change if you
yeah,
really want it to change. It can. I'm not saying
yeah,
that sometimes it's just not, this person is just not like I can't get past this. I can't get past it. Like generally,
yeah,
I think open-mindedness is like very important. You just say something that I wanted to just touch on briefly. We talked about how for women always tend to look at like finances and things like that. I just wanted to say something because I am tired of hearing men, especially Nigerian men, say that women always put money first when they're looking at a guy they want to give. I have to just say my piece here. It's actually not true. It's actually not true. But let me explain this. If you're trying to go into a relationship with someone, especially if it's a relationship that you possibly think you could be in the future, I mean, finances is part of it.
yeah,
It's not like it's the number one thing, but
mhm,
what's the plan, right? Like
yeah,
what's the plan? Like, do you have a career that can enable you have a family? Are you
yeah,
working towards having a career that can enable you have that? Like, where
yeah,
exactly do you stand?
yeah,
Some men sometimes, and I'm giving examples from like they don't have anything that they're doing. They don't have any serious plan towards doing something. And then they want to get into a serious relationship with you. And as a woman, you wonder in your mind, you're like, what, I'm gonna be in a relationship with this person for how many years? And then
yeah,
or I'm gonna be in a relationship with this person, get married to this person, and then like we're going to be eating drinking Gary every day, or what's the plan? And
yeah,
and then if you're stable financially as a woman, you're thinking, all right, maybe I can hold things down, like financially until this person settles himself or things like that. For many women, it has happened that men then feel is it emasculated or they feel like, oh, you are looking down on me because you're the one that is doing it. Like it's just always so complicated. So I'm
yeah,
not saying
yeah,
that every single woman that you meet doesn't think about finances, but I think what I'm saying is why won't a woman think about finances if you're looking for a long-term situation? But it's not in a negative connotation. It's in a connotation of we have to look at everything. If I'm speaking of faith, I will look at
yeah.
your faith. Like, so this is yeah, go ahead.
No, but you just so like now what you just did was that you disagreed to agree at the end,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, kind of, but not fully.
Okay.
Not in a way I like this person because of money. That's where I disagree.
No, no, you're right.
Yeah,
No,
but
you're right.
money is
I,
part of
it's always part of it. No, no. So it's always going to be part of it. It's always going to be part of it because the reason why you're curious to know what the plan is because you want, as I said, women are nurturers, right?
Mhm.
You want to hear sweet nothings or sweet somethings at the end of the day. No, no, no. And the reason why I'm saying this is that because you want to hear those words that can make comfortable,
Yeah.
secure. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? Because naturally, men are hunters. Men are meant to bring the meat for everybody to eat, right? It's the natural. I'm just saying like, it's just the instinct way of doing things, right? So that's why you want to know what the plan is. Even in a situation where, and the reason why maybe I will start to your disagreement, because I do agree with your disagreement also, is it only happens in a small circle of women.
Mhm.
That's a very, very small 1%, small, and I'm saying it now, small 1% of the 1% that don't necessarily care whether the person is good or not because they feel like this is the person they have chosen to be with and they're ready to ride or die with the person. Yeah? I've heard stories, I've heard little good stories about how someone starts off, and at the end of the day, the roles reverse, which is good. As I said, instinctively, and sadly enough, media also has now sort of programmed and now made more individuals or women. In fact, what even makes it worse is that, at least in a sense, when you now come from let's just say, medium to, first class background, you are most likely, just because of the fact that you also want to maintain that, background, you're most likely going to want to know what that person is doing because you've been used to. I'm just Let me even use you because at least two of us went to the same school, right? The person that you're going to end up with should be able to, no, we're going to be practical here, right? The person should be able to at least make you maintain, no matter how understanding you can be. I know you have your own money and all that, yeah. The fact of the matter is that it's still going to feel sweeter having someone that can maintain your lifestyle, right? That's, and maybe you also be looking into, the person being more in tune with your, your beliefs and, your culture system. Yes, I can tell that, yeah. But I'm still gonna say that there's nobody that went to the school me I went to. I'll be looking for someone that would make them drop down in their status quo no matter, and it's clear to see. It's not even about anything. You can look at it, like if you're looking at everybody that's getting married, you see that that is usually the way to go, not because of maybe it's not necessarily because they're looking out for it, but because of the fact I have this basic level of provisions.
Mhm.
I want someone that will be able to do what my father did for me to a certain extent, right? I want to be daddy's girl. I am daddy's girl now, so let this person come and treat me like their girl. That's not what makes them fall in love with the person quick herself. It's the truth now. Daddy is sending me pocket money of $1,000, $2,000, sending me Gucci bags and all that stuff, right? And this guy is coming to be giving me Balenciaga. Okay, I can. I'm just saying that I'm just giving like, like very, very relatable instances that, okay, you know what, this person is providing the way my dad, my mom is providing. Most likely that yes, she will be looking out for someone in that, cadre of, or ladder class, it's just natural. So yes, I agree in a sense, but I'm just saying like I also disagree with your, that because of the fact that women have a level already. So most likely they will be looking for someone that can match that level or give what is natural. And I use it as a practical sense. It's just a natural thing. It's not because of the fact that you're looking out for it. But the thing is that you prefer someone that will be able to give you that lifestyle, right? You want someone that drives by. Maybe if you're using like maybe like driving a Mercedes, right? You want someone that can drive in a Tesla and say, "Hey, girl, how you doing?" Right? You want someone that can talk to you confidently and you want to listen. Why? Okay, why would you stop to just listen to someone that necessarily might not be in your status? Because in a sense, you're curious about what does this person have to offer me? What does this person want to say? Yeah, so the person might be attractive enough for you to say, okay, let me listen. But you go out on 1 date, 2 dates, 3 dates, you are seeing that you are not really enjoying this, this interaction. You will stop now. You know what I'm saying? But as I said, I agree with you that yes, there's some people that don't look at the finances as a major part, right? I agree. I'm just saying that women naturally would not, would not. Okay, yeah, just drop it. Yeah, just drop it. So, I agree. I agree that they don't look at it. There's some few women that don't look at it, but I'm just saying that even amongst those few, it's, is because they were lucky to meet the person that is making them feel happy before the person that was going to make them feel comfortable and was also a nice guy. So that's just God positioning someone before the person that could have still wooed them away. So yes, people don't look out for it. I'm not saying all women are the same. No, I'm not putting everybody. I'm not generalizing. What I'm just saying is that most likely a girl will want someone that can provide for her.
Mhm.
A girl will want someone that she's comfortable, that she feels like her future is secure. Even if I just lose my job or even if I am not working, this person got me covered, right? This person, as I said, sweet nothings and sweet somethings. That's why if you notice, you will see situations where girls can be in relationships, right? And sweet nothings are coming into her ears and she's already doubting her relationship. No, it's the fact.
I don't
It's the
know if it applies to everyone. I don't know that it applies to everyone. I'm
No,
just
no,
saying.
no. So no, just because it doesn't apply to you. See, I've seen it. I've watched it happen. I have. No, no, no. Trust me. It's nothing that you can tell me. See, it just depends on the kind of guy or the situation and that person's belief system. But I've seen it work in the sense that a guy comes, tells sweet nothings while she's in a relationship. She's doubting that relationship. So that's why I said that. That's
I,
why I said that men are visual. We want to chase, and that's why sometimes we'll chase the people that even have relationships too, right? But women are just being on their own, not sharing their current relationship, and someone just comes and whisper, and they're doubting their relationships.
for you to doubt your relationship as a woman, and I'm not gonna say every single woman, but at least I'll speak for myself and a lot of women that I know.
Yeah,
Because someone else came and was saying sweet words, probably the relationship is not going great already. I have to be honest. Like if maybe that person is doing things that I've always wanted the person in a relationship to do that they never did. And maybe that's why I'm now second guessing and I'm like, who knows?
yeah, but people need to understand that. People need to understand. You're right, right? But as I said, we come from a generation. It's not like our forefathers that you just say, okay, you know what? I found a beautiful flower in the compound, and I'm here to pluck that flower. It doesn't happen that way anymore now. So what you're going to do is you talk, you talk, you talk, you start courting self, right? While you are courting, in the beginning, something must have wooed her. Either maybe you talk, you talk, you talk. Girls get tired, right? Because maybe you are not giving that sort of attention that you ought to be giving, right? And all of a sudden, she knows she can get it from somewhere.
Yeah.
Any sweet nothing is gonna take her. But my point is that a relationship is not, you got into a relationship understanding those facts. You can't tell me that you entered a relationship and you didn't understand that, okay, this person is not a talker, or this person is not someone that would express your love language. If you go into a relationship knowing all this, right? No matter the sweet nothings, you shouldn't be bothered because you went. No, I'm just saying if you enter a relationship knowing all these flaws, the
Yeah.
question is why begin into the relationship from the start, right?
Because you were trying to give the person the opportunity to,
You
I don't want to use the
you
word change, but just like
you
understand you
can't
better.
change anybody.
I
You
know,
can't
I
change
agree.
anybody. Yeah,
No, you said you can't change anybody, right?
you can't change anybody.
That's what I'm saying. No, I agree. But if it's things like, for example, you talked about love language. Okay, so let's say I like words of affirmation, and
Yeah,
I meet a guy, and he's not really that kind of person that does that and not. But I'm trying to let him understand. This is what works for me. That this is what I like, and I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt because maybe he has never been with a woman that likes that. Maybe the woman he has been with, they're all about buy me this expensive handbag and do this and do that. So he's meeting me, and I've actually met guys like that. He's meeting me, and he's immediately thinking, "Oh, I'm going to use money and keep her happy." And I'm trying to explain to you. I mean, money is good, no problem, but hold on, this is what I like,
you
and this is
want to
maybe
love.
I'm giving
Yeah,
you the chance to get to know me and understand me. So sometimes that happens when you meet someone initially, certain things that you wish she was doing, or maybe as a man, you wish she was doing and you didn't really see at the beginning, but you were trying to see if the person could get there and all that.
yeah.
So I mean that's what I would say is an instance that would happen.
Yeah, but as I said, you can't change. No, I'm serious. You can't. If see, for everybody that will listen to this, right? The fact is you cannot change anybody. If you meet someone, you can only see him try to express it from time to time, right? But because it's not his natural habitat, it's not what he normally does, right? You can start doing things to, meet that or make you not forget, but not really, because he won't do it as someone that can express it that way naturally. You get what I'm saying? So like now, if, as you said, words of affirmation is your love language, right? But the guy that does gifts as his own love language, or that's his way of expressing love, right? He could try to, affirm you that, you know what, this, make you feel good about yourself, make you feel loved, make you feel secure, make you feel like, you know what, I got you regardless, and everything, right? He can make you do all. The fact of the matter, it's not going to be as, you will know that he's trying. You will sense it regardless, because it's not what he's naturally used to. So that's why I said that it's not all this word love language thing. I just feel like it's just quote unquote though. This is just me, disclaimer for everybody come at me. I just feel like it's a way. It's true. I just feel like it's a way of people, just making, like, so it's like, yes, you're telling me what you want and I'm giving you what you want. But at the end of the day, it may not be, so it's almost like I am selfish. So show your love in a very be selfish, accept my selfishness, and I'll try and accept your selfishness, right? That's basically what it is. Because I'm just saying that I'll express it how I want. I'll show love, because it's almost like saying Jesus came. And as Jesus came, because people are like, okay, Jesus, I know you want to die for my sin, but hunger is doing me at the moment. So just be feeding me and be doing miracles. But it defeats the point of what his ultimate mission is now. Because that he showed everything in completion. That's what I'm just trying to explain to you. So I'm going to do it the way I'm programmed to. But if you feel like this is not what is, for you, then, because I'd rather you accept me the way I am and bicker in the process. Like, you can tell me, what I'm saying is that you can tell me, okay, you know what, this is, but the thing is that if I am trying, the little way I can, I just prefer it that way, rather than it be that, oh, he's not expressing it the way, this thing, oh my gosh, I don't feel happy, but the thing is that you knew this was how I was from the beginning.
I had hope.
You can't have hope. No, now. Why are we doing this now? That's the problem.
And
No, but that's the problem.
so it's
But that's the problem.
and when you say like, okay, I knew that this was how you were from the beginning. Maybe I didn't know. Maybe I
How
thought.
can you say you don't know? You dated me.
Wait.
Luckily, we're not in the generation of I plucked you from your house compound. No, you took time to know me, even if it's 1 month, right? The fact about the matter is that even if it's 1 month, you can already tell whether you want to marry this person or not. Do you believe that?
Really?
I'm telling you.
Is that
You can, if you guys have enough interaction, you already know whether you want to marry this person or not. Don't let anybody deceive you that they need to date you for 1 year or whatever the case may be, right? But the thing is that once you accept that decision, that okay, this is what it is, you stay with your decision. You stay with your decision and be praying God that there's an interception in the process to speak to that man or woman's hearts to anoint whatever needs or desire that you were hoping that will be satisfied. But that is basically it. You already know, right? You don't need a year, you don't need 6 months. So if you now mistakenly say that, okay, because I am visually, I like what I'm seeing, or this person is making me feel comfortable, and this person is telling me sweet nothings, and I fall in love with this person, and I'm hoping he will express something. And that's, as I said, disclaimer, don't come for me, people. And you've gotten it wrong, because as I said, once you accept, I'm of the opinion, when I accept someone, right, whether or not this person is not meeting my desires, right, I'm not going to bicker, because I already understand that this person cannot love me the way I want to be loved. The only thing is that I understand that this person understands me, right? And in that sense, I feel that love, and that makes me happy. So I don't necessarily need someone to meet me at my point of view, because there's sometimes where my physical touch can be my second highest, and there's sometimes that it will be like my last, because there's sometimes I also like to be on my own, right? It's true. And that's why sometimes I've realized that I've been in situations where the relationship I've seen that maybe works, at relationships whereby we're doing our own thing, in the sense that she's busy, I'm busy. We're individuals so it's like we still have our identity in our relationship.
yeah.
In the sense whereby I could be reading mangas and she can be, listening to podcasts. You get what I'm saying? Or, like I am working and she is working. I understand the process of what that is. And that's what I've noticed, that in the relations I've had that works, right? Is a situation where we know we are comfortable and confident in ourselves as individuals, and we just know that we are just trying to blend in into into one and make our lives better, and not trying to force ourselves to express something the way this person needs to be expressed. No, 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 no. That doesn't exist, right? It doesn't. Like now, for example, so when I was in uni, I dated a Kenyan girl, and interestingly enough, I don't even know because I'm not even sure whether I even knew what love languages was then. Yeah, but the fact of the matter is that there were some times that she made me very, very, very happy. Sometimes whereby she just made me blur, but I knew that she loved me and she was expressing love in that kind of way. And sometimes also I made her very happy. And sometimes too, I just so do you know what I'm saying? Like, but there was no complaint of, oh, okay, you know what, this is my love language, this is how I want to be loved. We didn't have any of those conversations, and it worked. You know what I'm saying? When I know she sees it, she knows. But I would say it worked, right? It worked. I was also in a relationship, like in every relationship I've been, right, and lasted, right? We never had a conversation about love languages. We just expressed ourselves and knew that we loved ourselves. Whatever was done was appreciated. There was nothing of that sort. It was almost like they were confident in me and I was confident in them. That was all. We were happy, right? But I've noticed, I think because it was also recently that I've noticed that people tend to factor in all those love languages stuff, and it actually made me conscious of what my love languages now was, right? And it now made me understand the full picture of why I could be like, man, but I knew that that person loved me. Do you get what I'm saying? But I don't think I regret not, I would wish I still did not know what my priority languages are, right? Because to me, show me love, I will notice it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm very flexible, laid back. I'm not even joking, laid back. So in a situation, my own is problems. Me, it's problems I used to flee from. When I see problems, I'm like, okay, you know what? Yeah.
What do you define as problems in relationships?
So problems could be so many things, right? And there's no particular definition of it, but the only problem is that I just would not have peace of mind when that time is, right? So when that time comes, I would know. But the point is that it can change in context, because as I said, an argument is not a problem. Fighting is not the problem, because I believe that when you're arguing or fighting or whatever the case may be, is as a result of you guys are trying to understand yourselves,
Yeah.
right? So that's not a problem. But there's a way where people try to make things problems, and I'm not, so that's why I said it's not. So those two things, because naturally in an argument or a fight, I'm very laid back. My persona is the same persona. And the way I'm talking is the way I'll be talking in an argument sometimes. So it just depends on whether I'm smiling in the argument or I'm not smiling. So it just varies, right? But I'm just saying, like, generally, it is more of idea, relationships is just complex, but just saying that love languages are things that, people I just feel like it's just more, okay, this is my way of saying, okay, this is selfish, me love me this way, whether or not you're comfortable doing it or not. And okay, at the same time, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to know it, because at the same time, it makes it easier, because if I know what pleases you, I can just focus on that and just keep on doing that. You get what I'm saying? So if I know your love language is physical touch, I'll just be touching you anyhow, and you know, and I know that, and I know that that works. I'm just saying that, yes, someone that was that was gifting you a lot of stuff, where word of like, whether or not words of affirmation is your love language, he's never going to give you that sort of love language in the manner in which you would feel comfortable with. You would know that he's trying to, and the only thing that you can do is appreciate, whatever it is. But when you now start pointing it out that, no, 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 my love language is words of affirmation, so it's like, it starts becoming a problem, because he now feels like he doesn't know how to love you, and maybe he just has genuine love for you, right? Because remember that this person has gone out of the way to say that, okay, you know what, I want to be with you 100%. So now you're not giving him rules and regulations of how he should love you.
Are you not supposed to teach someone how to love you?
No, you can, but it's in the manner in which people do it. It's in the manner in which people do it, right? So like now, for example, funny enough, you women are very persuasive, very, very persuasive, in the sense that you guys know how to get your way with things. There's a manner in which you would do it, right? And I would understand without you making it seem like you are telling me how. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just like how when parents want to, okay, let me use my mother now, for example. If my mother wants to, if my mom wants to make, maybe like they want to travel somewhere, the way she will touch my dad's head, and my dad will just go like all of a sudden they're going to Disneyland, and it happens. You know what I'm saying? It happens. So it's a manner in which you will do it that you will know that it's coming from a place of love rather than it being from a place of, oh, you're not leading by example, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. It just shows that you're nagging, and it doesn't make the person just makes the person feel like a problem. And when the person feels like a problem, why would you want to stay in that kind of situation?
True. I mean, the
So
point you just made is very valid. I will say that because as women, sometimes we can,
yeah,
emotionally express ourselves in a way that it doesn't really make the point to the man because maybe the way you guys understand things is different from the way we
it's totally different. It's totally different. So if you want me to express it, there's a way you would, do it. Maybe like now you're always putting stickers telling him that, oh, I hope you have a great day. He might think that, okay, that is your thing, and he can start doing stickers also. Okay, you know what, my love, I wish you the same. My love, I hope you meet me at this place at 9 a.m. Even because he wants to show you a gift, he could just say, okay, stick. So there's a way you can channel it in a manner whereby you will understand and get the picture. No man likes a nagging, like that nag. It's not, because you don't want us to feel not competent or not sufficient. It's not even a place of being, it's not even a place of being insecure, but it's just a thing of, you don't want us to feel like we are not doing the right thing. So many things that, can you just show us stupid men lovingly how we can do the right thing rather than pointing it out that we're not doing the right thing.
I
Because
agree
we
with
have ego.
but I will say that that word nagging it triggers me because sometimes we tell you the first time, we tell you the second time, we tell you the third time, and then when we then react, then we're called naggers. So
Um,
that word
but,
sometimes
but remember I said that it depends on how you say it.
even with all the loving possible way where you said it.
And then you know that there's a problem. And then you know there's a problem if you're not doing it, from that angle. Do you know what I'm saying? But as I said, there's a way. Okay, let me give, as I said, let's use our parents as examples now. Do you think, right? Do you think that they just saw themselves and they said, oh, okay, you know what? This person knows my love language. Let us just marry and go like, do you think that's how it works?
No.
But at their relationships and marriages, how is it that they have higher success rates of marriages, and us here, even at our own age, people are already getting divorced now, they're not even up to their own parents' age? Why is it so? Is it because, you know what I'm saying, it has nothing to do with, it has to do with the process of getting to understand that individual, how that person wants to be expressed, right? Because now, yes, women have voice, right? Remember that then women didn't have voices, but they seem to be happy. Let me speak from my own side. My own, they seem to be happy. I can't speak for any other person's parents. So in a situation where I'm seeing happiness in my own household, and as I said, they are not as vocal as when. Let's be honest now, are they as vocal like now? The current trend of people now, are women as vocal? Then let's just say our parents now. Would you say that the ladies now? Would you say the ladies now are more vocal than the women of old?
And maybe because we are more vocal, then we're expressing how we really feel about those situations. When you talk about success rates of marriages
Yeah.
back then as against now, it depends on how you measure the success rate. Because
So how do
no, they may not
you
have split, right? And
yeah,
I'm talking about maybe there were not as many divorces, but it doesn't mean that there were as many happy marriages.
true,
I don't
true.
think
I
that
agree.
being together automatically means it's a successful marriage. It just means that they didn't
So now let me now ask you a question. What would you define as a successful marriage?
peaceful one. A marriage in which both individuals are, even if it's not perfect, they're able to be together, exist together in a peaceful manner and achieve their goals both
Right?
individually and together. I think
Right?
yeah.
So
And if you put
now with that,
religion in it, with the one that has God at the center, if you're adding religion to it. But yeah.
yeah. So when you look at that definition, whether or not I am staying in a marriage, the question is, how do I define the success of that marriage? Is my kids, are they happy? My
Mhm.
kids, do they understand the concept of marriage? Right?
Mhm.
Am I in that unity of marriage? That have I fulfilled my vows of till death does us part? Right?
Mhm.
Which you that is, as I said, this is my own interpretation of what marriage is. You've come together because the fact about the matter is that these are two different individuals coming together. It's expected that there will be a clash. It's expected that sometimes they will be, they won't be happy. There's sometimes whereby they will be happy. It is expected, right? So all this whole everybody merry-go-rounding, the fact of, okay, people might be together, they're not happy, and all that stuff. To me, I feel like, you're saying for better or for worse, for rich or for poorer, for sickness, for health, to death does us part. Is there anything like, do you hear happiness or happiness? I'm just saying, like, is what you're saying as your vows now. I'm just saying, like,
I think
generally.
but it's a given.
No, but that's what I'm trying to explain to you now, that you don't necessarily need to be always happy in your marriage. But the fact of the matter is that how do you guys work on it? It's a process. It's always a journey. Do you know the famous that you can date someone as much as you want there? But the fact of you will never know. You're so surprised that at 60 you realize that someone is messing a kind of way. You have to now relearn how to smell that mess also.
My goodness. What an analogy.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's actually the truth. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like saying you guys are married. The man that is the breadwinner now is no longer the breadwinner. You don't need to relearn the system. So that's why whatever those vows are, it encompasses every single thing. So the question is, the fact that you guys are together to death does you guys part, and you guys are able to raise a God-fearing home. To me, I don't even care whether you're happy or you never even know. Our parents might not even be happy, but they might. Do you get what I'm saying? So, but the fact about the matter is that did they raise God-fearing children, and we'll know in heaven when that time comes. But the fact about the matter is that those are the parameters where you say, okay, no, let me measure what success of a marriage is. Everybody tells you that they don't argue in a marriage, that person is lying. So, as I said, incompleteness, so love languages to me is just more of saying, okay, you know what, as I said, you can know it, but the question is, how do you communicate that? So going back to financial aspect of a woman, as I said, a woman wants to hear sweet nothings, see the sweet nothings or sweet somethings. I want to be comfortable. I want you to make me feel secure. I want you to make me feel secure. That's all she wants to hear. That's why, as I said, the ugliest guys can get the most beautiful girls at the end of the day. Not belly or not. It's true now. Who's six pack? I'm serious. Like, do you get what I'm saying? So yes, we have people that will go to the gym, people walk up to them, they say hi, say hello. Yeah, we have that. But does it really, really, really matter at the end of the day? Because at the end of the day, the question is, at some point that you'll be questioned that, okay, can you do this? I'll assess it that, oh, can I really marry this person? I want to get married at this time. Will this person give me this timeline? But sometimes even girls have that societal pressure. So yes, this person is up and coming, but the question is like, can I wait? You'll be like, oh, can I wait? It's true, because can I wait? Maybe the process of loving the person, someone is trying, and maybe these two they now fight. Now one, phew, wow, then the guy is getting invitation card.
Let me ask you this question. You said that 1 month is enough for a man to know if he wants to marry a woman or not. So that means you see a woman, you like her physically, you go for her. What are the things that would make you make a decision? What are the things you would see?
Okay, so I'm the first son, right? So I'm very family oriented. So in the sense that the person, I actually want to know how the person acts. I want to understand their family dynamics. So I'm always curious. I always ask like some sort of pressing questions in the beginning, like in the sense, just sort of get a sense of how family is. I don't want, because sometimes, as I said, it's not generally the case, and I'm not generalizing. But when you come from a broken home, there's a very high chance that it affects your psyche and your view of things. If you come from a very closed off family, there's a very high chance that that person might also want to close you off, when you are in that, relationship. Or, so I also want to understand that, because the fact of the matter is that I'm not the favorite. I'm just that responsible son that, they have, right? But I relate with my family, whether I'm a nuisance or I'm trying to keep up with the Kardashians. I try to I try to ensure that I'm keeping up. So the situation where I'm getting involved with someone, I want to ensure that that person is going to not be, because the person is my bone on my bone now. So as I'm also trying to integrate her into my family, I most likely would not mind if she wants to integrate me to her family. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm that kind of person. I'm not going to kick you out because of the fact that I'm marrying you. That's not me. We're always going to be family. Your family is my family. My family is your family. It has to be that way, right? So I need to understand the family dynamics. I actually need to understand how this person's environment is, because I also don't like so. I created structures to ensure that my surroundings are clean, everything is working, car is clean, this is clean, everything is working. So I also want to understand how this person is. So in a situation, if this person is coming into my household, I need it to be like this person is going to just go with the flow, or make it better, make whatever I'm doing better, right? So if I'm seeing someone that is dirty, I don't, it's going to be a problem for me, because I will have an issue. I remember there was a time like there's a time like this that someone came out of my bedroom, and I think the towel was somewhere. I don't know where it was, but the person came out of my bedroom and the towel was hanging somewhere. I was like, why did you just come pouring water? I had a problem with that. You get what I'm saying? Like, it was so weird, because in my mind I'm like, why did you just call me to get a towel for you or something like that? So it was so weird, because in my mind I'm like, I pour water everywhere on the ground, and meanwhile, you could have just called me, and I didn't say it that way anyways, but I gestured. I was like, you should have called me now. This one. And then there was something that the person said that made me feel like, no, 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 that this is it's a natural, inclination to just be messy, right? And I took it as a red flag, like the thing just went boom, 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 like triggers just here. I was like, hey, if I come like this person might just scatter my room, blah 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 blah, and we'll be living like pigs, right?
Oh my goodness.
I'm serious, and we'll be living like pigs. And as I said, I'm the kind of person that if I enter a relationship with someone, I will accept the person's flaws. Right? I'm not going to try and change you. If you're messy and I accept you, then it's just me cleaning after your mess. You understand what I'm saying? Because that is me accepting that I need to clean after your mess naturally. So my point is that if I'm saying, okay, you know what, can I handle this? Can I handle that? I'll make those evaluations of this and that, But I can tell you for free that a guy always knows between 1 to 3 months that this person is going to be his wife. Some people will tell you that they knew instantly. A woman cannot necessarily choose her husband. She can make an attempt to make him know that. So she has like she doesn't really have the power to say, oh, you are my husband. It will be so weird when the guy is looking at them, what? Like what? It's true that. But a man can choose. I can say that, you know what, I'm going to marry you. I can decide to do that. So that's why I said that, yes, in a month I can be physically attracted to you, and I can decide that, okay, you know what, let me see whether this will work out. You can talk, assess, see. I'll ask family related questions, but you might just think I'm just chatting and chatting, and I could be asking you about certain scenarios, ask you about friends, ask you about general things that you've done in your past. Sort of assess, okay, you know what, is this what it is? Or is this just So a guy always knows. Don't be deceived. 1 to 3 months, he knows. He might not say it, but he knows.
It's
But
very
the
good.
older people get,
This
is that
is
what?
insight for women. So if any woman that is watching or listening to this, if they're with a guy and they've been together for like more than a year, and he still says he doesn't know, from what you're telling us, he knows. He hasn't
No, he
yet.
knows. No, he knows. He knows. The only difference is, the thing is that you can know that you want to marry someone, but the question is, are you ready to marry the person? There are two different questions, because some guys always wait till they are financially ready to get married. Maybe as a result, sometimes it also even boil down to projection of the woman, that she wants a very big wedding, she wants to do the woo, the wah, you know. And you don't want to now be the guy that doesn't want to give that dream to this. So you want to wait till you're capable of doing such. So sometimes it can go that way. Whether the person is financially ready to go into it. Because sometimes the person can say, oh, I don't have a job. Like, how will I fend for the family? So we now boils back down to finance. On the guy's side. But I'm just saying that a guy always knows from the first. In fact, sometimes once some people that will say that the moment they set their eyes on the lady, they knew they were going to marry that lady. I've heard it so many times. I've heard it. So it's not like anything. There's some people that actually have those things. And they'll be like, oh, she was doing shakara, she was doing shakara, she was doing shakara. But yes, because he knew what he wanted and he was just chasing it. Right? So people always know. The only question is whether they are ready. Right? It's just whether they are ready. It can just be that's why I say that yes, physical attraction to open the door of, okay, you know what, let me talk to this person, let me see what this person is about. Let me see what's inside his head. Because there's sometimes that physical attraction is not matching what the head is. There's some people that they will open their mouth to just be like, oh God, why? It's true. Maybe the amount of either immaturity that will come out from their mouths or the sense that they are not. But at the same time, there are some guys that don't care. There's some people that just want to carry the person and just put in their house.
Just a moment. Let me get one. Coffee. It went through my throat. Oh.
So as I said, it varies, man. It actually varies. So it varies on what the person is looking out. But usually 1 to 3 months, the person knows. If the person maybe has had like some sort of heartbreak or whatever the case may be, it might be longer, slightly longer, but can never pass 1 year. Like if you are dating someone 1 year and you don't know, then there's a problem now. There's a problem. Then what are you guys doing?
That's the same question I ask sometimes when I see when I see certain scenarios of like,
No, it's true now. What
what
are you guys doing?
I agree.
If you ask people that, okay, the people that actually like very married, like very 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 married when they are young, you see that they already knew in the first year, sometimes 6 months. So except maybe if they were childhood sweethearts, that's when they now take longer. But usually when it's outside, like 6 months, as long as the guy is ready, bam, they're already doing the thing already. So it varies, So as I said, physical attraction opens that door to let me actually know what this person is. To maintain it and give excuses here and there, but it's not necessarily, it's like 40% work done, or let's just say 35% work done. 35% work done. The remaining would now be based on upbringing, family, culture, some other dynamics, social etiquette, how this person around my friends. Sometimes you don't really care about that because, but yeah, you just want to understand how this person relates, when they're around family, when they're around, friends, when they're around, just want to see how they react. You want to see how the person expresses their anger. Do they attack your person or do they attack the subject matter? Because you guys are very emotional, you have a very high chance of attacking the man and actually addressing the problem.
And men don't.
If the man does, right, then that person, I'm not saying so everybody does that, but I'm just saying for a man to do that, because it's just like saying, this is, as I said, this is just an analogy. No one should take that first. If you see a mad woman, a mad man, and you are following the mad person to shout, and the outsiders, what do they think? They will look at that person. They think that person is also mad, right?
Yeah.
Mad. So it's always meant to be one emotional and one logical human being in a relationship. In the sense whereby, because if they are two highly emotional people, it can be chaotic. It can work, but it can be chaotic. That's what I'm just saying. But in the logic, you're trying to help fetter down, tempers in a situation where if the person is spiraling, blah, 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 you are just trying to slowly, take a breather, let the person process, express whatever they are doing, and later on come back and you address the issue, right? So that you guys don't say things that go beyond what, it should be said. At least that's what I would think. But I'm just saying that a guy that will now say, let me also start attacking the woman as a person, especially when it's him that made the choice. So remember that it's the man that makes the choice, not the woman, right? I have made the choice to marry you.
Yeah.
The only thing you said was that you said yes.
I probably also made the choice too. The only thing is you happen to agree with the choice because you two made the choice. Our two choices led to that.
Like, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. So you can imagine maybe me as a man. I've said, oh, this person is my girlfriend, this person is my wife. I'm like, are you a mad woman? Are you a mad woman? Can't you think clearly? You can see that as a man, for me to go at a problem that way already shows my incapability of being a man.
Interesting.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? As I said, there's no perfect marriage. I've never heard my dad, say, or even anybody in my family cycle, as a man who will be saying, are you a mad woman? Are you so? I've never heard that stuff in my life. So it's very weird to me when a man would decide to attack a person that they chose as a wife or as a girlfriend.
That's beautifully said, actually. I agree. I feel like more men should be like you in this particular topic, in this particular
Yeah.
what you just
You
said.
rather you rather just take a step back. Just take a step back, let the rant happen. But as I said, you also want it to be like whoever is ranting, you also need to ensure that the person is not challenging the man as, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not attacking the man as the man. You're not attacking his capabilities of being a man. Because one thing a man does is that he feeds off respect, right? Who love help now? No matter, as I said, we're not looking for how rich you are. We're not looking at this. The question is, do you respect me?
Mhm.
Are you willing to be submissive? And I mean submissive doesn't mean I'm suppressing you. No, it's not suppression. I'm looking at it from the biblical term of Christ is the head of the household, is the head of the man is the head of the woman is the. Do you get what I'm saying? That is there's an actual scripture that says it's like categorically like that. They're not saying that the man is saying, hey, go and cook food. No, that's not what they're saying. I'm just saying that you're not attacking the man's personality, because once you start attacking the man's personality, you're already attacking the foundation of whatever you're building or whatever is built.
Well, I think that's a whole topic on its own, because when we talk
No, it
about
is.
forgiveness, then we are entering an arena of, I like to call it partnership for me. I
No,
like
no, yeah, no. It's a partnership.
Mhm.
No, it's a partnership. No, it's a partnership. It's still a union. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying you're looking at. That's why I said that man is feeding off respect, right?
Mhm.
And it's because of the respect I'm bringing this into equation, right? Because remember, even in the Bible, also they say, "Man, let's make." The man should not be lonely. Let's make a companion, right?
Yeah.
Also in the Bible, right? So I'm just talking about the respect aspect, in the sense whereby they now said Christ is the head of the man is the head of the woman. It's like that. It's in the Bible. I can give the scripture. It's like that. It's categorically written that way.
I'm not
So
even
you no. I'm just saying like that is it. So you don't just attack that person. So that one is where the issue is. The attacking is where you want to try and avoid. That's why sometimes it's also good to know how people react at their worst.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. So you test them. You test them to see it's true. I'm not saying you willingly this thing, but just sometimes it's also good to just know what's up. You know, because sometimes some people always want to know how I react when I'm angry, but the fact is I'm always calm. So whether or not you won't get frustrated and
Are you
so if
sure?
that frustrates.
Are you sure that I have not seen you angry before? I think I have.
I know I've changed though. I've changed though. That's it. They say age sometimes makes you. I've changed. I'm even more introverted now. So I'm just saying like generally, we feed off respect. So you need to so during that 1 month, 3 months, you are sort of assessing, okay. You understand? So I said yes, after the look, you are enjoying the look, but you are still assessing. Every reasonable man is assessing whether this is it.
So, in conclusion, we would say that from your perspective, and away from maybe majority of men's perspective, visuals make up like 35% of
35-40%, yeah.
your decision process. And we're talking
Yeah.
about if you're looking for something long term. Because if you're
Yeah.
looking for short-term relationship, or just what do you call it, a one-night stand, or a friend for benefit situation, any of that, I would assume in that case, visuals will
Yeah.
take 35%, right? So
Yeah.
long-term visuals 35%, and then we then look at other components, like you mentioned temperament and belief system and whatnot. And then it also made a point that when a man is in a relationship for more than 1 to 3 months, they know they
They
already
know.
know whether they want that relationship to end up in marriage or not.
Yeah.
Regardless of what you're saying, they know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great. I think it's well said. Again, thank you very much for coming on to the just for people that want to follow you on social media, hear more about your views and all this, where can they find you?
So it's Okechukwu. That's it. Okechukwu. Simple, And I'm only on Instagram, nothing more. Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here today.
All right. Then. Thank you.